This is Beer, Beards and Banter, and we are coming at you from London. This is Matt, George and Kapil, and we're going to talk all things beer, beards, and have a bit of a laugh with you. So welcome, we've been drinking together for 4 years now. We love our beer, we love our beards, and we love our banter. Welcome, I hope you enjoy.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello?
I'll sort it out, mate. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, all good. I can't believe George has lost his headphones. I mean, I've lost mine.
Another one.
Yeah, but it's just like, that's crucial to what you need to run a podcast, right? Probably headphones. So, life's good. Do you know what I mean? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's crack open some beers and share some thoughts. So I can't find my earphones in it, so I had to like download it on my bloody iPhone, and then now I'm just on Safari with it. Won't even let me do it in the app, but it's fine, it's working.
You're a bit like feedbacky.
Maybe it's these earphones.
Right, so should we? This is episode 10, so we gotta share some thoughts.
Let's crack open this festival and share some thoughts.
Right, welcome to Beer, Beards and Banter episode 10. Today we are reviewing Cyber Fest2 that we all joined on Saturday. So I think we've just about got over it, lads, haven't we?
No.
Yeah.
I feel all right. My blood feels a little bit thicker. I'm moving. I'm still moving around quite slowly, but I think mentally I'm about there.
I think if we talk a bit slower today, you know why. We're a little bit hungover from the extravaganza, which was a number of beers. So, yeah, I mean, I guess the general format of Cyberfest 2 was quite interesting. Never been on an online festival before. So, for me, it was like a bit of a first, right? I don't know about you guys. Have you ever done anything like that?
No, this is the first time as well. Yeah. I did like the format, like live YouTube, 2,000 people watching it. And then we had the bar, the cyber bar that we could join, right? They talk with the viewers there. So, that was quite nice as well.
Yeah.
And they sped it up. On the first, I remember because we did Friday. Me and Matt did Friday one.
Yeah.
The first hour we had like 7 beers, and we just we learned from that on Saturday, so we just took our pace on that.
Yeah, that was a bit mental, right? I think they were a bit nervous, right? So they went a bit quickly, and they just kept like plowing through the beers, right? So I think in the first hour we had like seven beers. Yeah. What about you, George?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think they had some good, they had some quite funny comedians on as well, I think, which was good. And that sort of broke up the night a bit as well. So one of the better nights in lockdown for sure. But I much rather the real deal. Sure. And I'm looking forward to the real deal because I think we're slowly but surely getting there, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, it was funny. I think the thing for me was just like trying so many different beers and then learning from the brewers was quite interesting. I do think some of the brewer, I guess the little short videos maybe weren't what I expected. So I kind of expected like a bit of a live tasting or whatever. And there was a couple, I think on the first night there was Gentle Bastard, right? And there was a guy just like interrogating a beer, which was like a bit intimidating, to be honest. So I wasn't sure what was going on for a little while. And then I think there was one on the second one, right? Was it there was one that was really short, like only 20 seconds long. There was a girl and she was just like, yeah, welcome to the brewery. Here's where we brew the beer. Here's the beer. See you later. And I was like, okay.
Hopefully you enjoy it and want to buy it.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, it would be nice to learn a little bit more. But I think when they got into it, like I remember, I think the DouGalls one, whilst we didn't necessarily like the beer too much, I think it was quite interesting. They talked through quite a lot.
Story of it,
obviously being from Spain and
Scottish guys.
Yeah.
And I think for the majority of them, when we got into them as well, they were decent. And I think we did. I think we came away we all had some cracking beers, right? Some really nice beers that we not had before, which was great.
Yeah, I think there was only one on the Saturday that we didn't like, right? And I think that was what one was that? Was that the tanker one? Was it
the Orange Rainbow?
Yeah.
Orange Rainbow. Yeah.
Okay.
I felt like I'd honestly gone to a petrol station and just started Put a bit into the car, and then put a bit into a pint glass and drank it. Honestly, that's the only description I could give. And I know that sounds really harsh, but I just had to be honest with that one.
Yeah,
it wasn't great.
I think you're right. That one we all seem to steer away from, right?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things about Estonian beer, but that was from Estonia. But yeah, maybe not the best representation. 6.5 DDH IPA, that one.
I think maybe if we tried it without trying any other beer and tried that one just on its own, maybe we can just give a better opinion next time. But I think it was a different taste to the described taste.
Yeah, I agree. And I think sometimes when you drink different beers next to each other, they ruin the taste a little bit. Because I thought it was quite interesting because we had, at the end, a dark porter, and then we had a sour, and then we had another porter. And actually that worked really well because you cleanse your palate, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I think with some of the others, when you're going from like IPA to IPA, you can maybe keep that taste in your mouth, which isn't that nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all good. What are we drinking today then, lads, on the podcast?
I'm on. I had the box from Flavory, the collaboration with Hilden, and it's crowdsourced collaboration, so that's quite good. It has 3 types of beer: pale ale, bitter, and blonde. All of them 4% or under, so it's quite good. Even the label is just quite good because it says it describes the Hilden brewery, says Ireland's oldest independent.
Yeah,
brewery.
I think we've had a couple from there before,
good
haven't we? Hilden.
Yeah,
which is good. What about you, George?
I'm on a Hex lager. It's an unfiltered Hells, and it's from Salt Beer Factory.
Yeah.
And we had one of those on the festival, and I think we've had a couple prior as well, and really nice. Just an easy going. It's only 4%, but just a nice one on a Tuesday when you're just trying to recover from what happened on Saturday evening. So yeah, good stuff. What are you on, Matt? Anything nice?
Yeah, I'm on a Lost and Grounded, which is, we had that on what did we have? We had Lost and Grounded. Was it on the Friday night caps?
On Friday, yeah. I remember this, And there was which one we had? The Lost and Grounded.
Let me just refer to my booklet, guys. Sorry, I've just got my booklet, so hold on. Just going to turn a few pages here.
The recommended reading.
Yeah, well, I've been studying for the podcast. Not much has gone in, but there we go. Where is it? I can't find it.
We had Keller Pills that we had.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So that was nice, the Keller Pills, although not my favourite beer. This one's the Running with Scepters, which has got loads of animals on the front with their scepters. And it's an IPA. It comes in at 5.2. Actually, really, really nice. So I'm glad I've got this from Mother Kelly's. Shout out to them. They've been liking loads of our posts on Instagram, and can't wait to get down to Bethnal Green and have a couple of their pints when it's open. But yeah, I mean, what do you reckon we should do then, lads? Do you reckon we should go through the beers one by one on the beer festival? Or you reckon we should just pick out our top 3 and talk about them? What's the plan?
I think before we get on to the tasting notes, I think it's important to discuss what my highlight of the evening was and what we did afterwards, which was, I can't remember the fella's name, but who did the video about how we're supposed to be tasting beer, because that was insightful.
Oh, the first one,
Yeah.
It was.
But I'm feeling a little bit hazy still, so maybe, Matt, you can explain some of the things that were described. You and Cap saw it twice, so.
Well, he said you have to sniff beer very deeply, like
a dog sniffing.
Like a dog sniffing
It says like a dog.
A line of something that we might not say on here. But yeah, he was pretty hilarious because that was quite early on in the night. So I think they probably put it in there to set the tone. And it was quite funny, actually. I mean, he was really good. And do you know what? Just that 2-3 minute video of him probably taught me more about how to taste and try beer than I've ever seen before. Because now, I mean, my wife the other day was like, "Why are you just sniffing the can? Like, what's wrong with you?" And I was like, I've got to sniff it. You know, the guy from Untapped told me to sniff it. So, you know, there we go.
Yeah, it was good. And I think it wasn't pretentious or anything like that. But I think, especially when you got into some of those porters and especially some of the citrus beers, when you were when you're smelling those, the flavour really did come through, which was good. And I think we definitely got more enthusiastic as the night went on, obviously.
Yeah, and very good effort from the presenters as well. So 2 days in a row, trying the beers and keeping us entertained, right? So it was good.
I didn't think it helped that we tried to keep up, right? Because they kept saying, "Don't keep up."
No, yeah.
Don't keep up. You'll be wasted. Okay, I'm going to keep up.
Yeah, I don't really remember. I mean, I remember drinking the last beer, but what I find hilarious is that after the last beer, I did find another 3 cans that I'd opened that I was saving for a special occasion, but I'm really disappointed because I didn't get to really taste them because I was absolutely wasted.
But don't be disappointed because we were obviously having such a nice time. You felt you were in a special occasion.
Exactly.
If you flip it the other way,
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
So when we talk about the beers that we do remember, what were your guys' favourites? What did you enjoy most, Caps? If you could pick one out that you'd have tonight.
I did enjoy it on the Saturday one, the Undefeated Champion, so IPA, 6%. It was a collaboration from New Zealand, right? Aberdeen, New Zealand. Fierce and NZBC. Yeah. That was, I think, the second beer we had, or third? I can't remember.
Yeah, second, I think.
Second beer.
But it brought, because the first one we had was the Northbridge one. That was a good starter. But the Undefeated Champion was the one that stayed in my mind.
Nice. What about you, Matt? What about you? If you were sat here tonight, what would you be having?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's an interesting one because I think I had a couple of favourites. I'm gonna go with one because you've asked me that question, and otherwise I'll be talking all night. Right, so my one was the Alpaca, which was by Salt. So we've already talked a little bit about Salt, and FYI, Lewis from Joe also worked in Salt for a bit, so shout out to him. So I really like this 6.6 DDH New England IPA, double hopped. We talked about that on the last podcast, so we all know what that means now. Really fruity notes, so tropical, guava, melon, punchy, and it's got a bit of a bitter finish. I remember that one because I think it was halfway through, and that's probably the last one that I remember going, okay, let me write some notes about this one. And then from there on, I don't think I wrote any notes because, I was enjoying myself.
Mental notes.
Mental notes. But this one was really good. I have to say, everything I've drunk from Salt so far, even the Hex Lager you're drinking today, I've had that a couple of times. I just really like that unfiltered, right? I think it's good.
Nice. I think for me, for beer from Northbridge, the East West Coast Hybrid, and I think it was a cracking way to start. It was 7.2%, and I don't like this turn of phrase, but it didn't drink like a 7.2%. I don't like that phrase, but it was pretty easy going, and yeah, it's really nice. In the description, it's a collaboration between Thornbridge and North Brewing, and it's really nice drink. I suppose for one other drink, I remember, Matt, you said that it's some of those beers with a left that you remembered. For me, I woke up in the morning tasting still one of the beers, and that was I can't remember which one it was, but the beer that was like a chocolate carrot cake sort of flavour, which I think which one was that?
So that's the Nitro Baltic Porter, 9.1%. Yeah, I remember this one because you were like, I love cake.
Yeah,
I love cake.
It was very...
I love carrot cake.
Well, everybody says biscuity all the time, so I thought I could start saying cakey.
Yeah, which is good. I do like this one, and this one...
And this one, a carrot cake.
Yeah, it was nice. This one was... apparently, they saturate the beer with nitrogen and with special technology to make it like extra smooth and creamy. And I remember this one because we were talking about this because I said I'm getting like chocolate cheesecake, and then you were like, no, I'm getting more like carrot cake notes, whatever. I could taste more the vanilla, I think.
Yeah.
And you were like, no, I can taste more the roasty kind of cake flavors, right?
That's right?
Which is interesting.
Yeah. And what's the brewery for that one? Sorry.
So that's Brouwer Mostow.
And we've made the mistake before, and do you know where they're from?
I know they're called the Brewery of 100 Bridges.
Right. Where's there 100 bridges? What city's got 100 bridges?
Do you know what? Let's have a look. The Brouwer Mostow. Right. See, this is what happens when you just read the magazine and don't do your own research. Do you know what I mean? You get caught out.
Didn't we decide we'd do a bridge run before? We said we're going to do a bridge run, have a beer, and go off
every bridge on the Thames, right? How many bridges is that?
We need to do
Cyberfest 3. Yeah,
maybe we need to do it with this. It's in Poland, in a place called Hot Company.
Okay,
maybe. Oh no, so this is the office. The office rental space is called Hot Company. That's why. Okay, so it's in Poland, and it's like it's not far from Czechia and Germany, so not far from those, like quite close to the border. So I imagine that's probably why it's taken some influence from those great brewing nations, as they're called. So what else stood out there for you? So we've gone through our favourites, which obviously we all like different things, which is quite interesting. Is there anything else that stood out that you go, do you know what, that was a close second, or you really liked because of the uniqueness of it?
I can't remember.
Well, I suppose one for me, which was interesting, which was the Spanish beer, right? So I think it was when we watched the video was really interesting, and where the brew was looks amazing. But the drink, I suppose, didn't really live up to the expectations that we probably had. So I think it describes itself as an IPA, right? But it tasted more of a pretty generic lager. It was slightly disappointing, right?
Yeah, I agree. It's it says here it's supposed to, well balanced pale ale, caramel notes, malt base, aromas of orange, grapefruit, and ripe peach. And to be fair, all I got was a normal Estrella. So
yeah, it's not put me off trying anything else from them, but it was just I think we were looking forward to that one, and I think it was a bit of a little bit of a letdown, right?
Yeah. What about you, Caps? Anything that stand out, or any kind of thoughts?
Well, the engineer's reserve. So because we had that beer, right, the engineer's oil right, before from Harvieston, it didn't feel different from the normal porter that we had, right, the Imperial Salt. It was a good beer overall, but it didn't taste different because we said, okay, as a reserve, let's see how a reserve will taste different from the normal one. But yeah, it was just the normal engineer.
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean, in the notes they say this is the old engine oil turned up to 11 in every way. I think for me it didn't really turn it up. I think it just all they did was turn up the alcohol content, right? And I think when you age beer, it's supposed to be, I guess, grab another flavour. And just from my memory, I agree with you. Yeah, interesting. I think for me, I suppose there's a couple. The Haze Out of Space, which was from Bevog. I really like the stuff Bevog do. That was really nice. And again, we come back to, I think we made a joke about this one, lads, because they were talking about it, and then I think you were like, must have mosaic hops in, and then it did. So that's the reason I liked it, because basically I'm just in love with mosaic hops. And then for me, the other one that I think really stood out was the orange Gose. This is from Pohjala, right? Pohjala, yeah. Because we had one from Pohjala on Friday, Caps, and that was it was a porter, right? And we were like, yeah, it's okay. Like, it wasn't our favourite. But this one, I think maybe where it was placed in the lineup, and certainly the difference for me, I'm starting to get into sour beers, and I quite like their flavours. This wasn't too soury because it actually contained, I think, some lactose, Himalayan rock salt. It was just kind of like a jamminess with a smooth milkiness rather than a really sharp sour. So that for me was really interesting. 5.5 gave a really nice break, and I really like that brewery because they provide us 2 beers, and to be fair, they were both pretty good. So yeah.
Speaking of the sourness, we had on Friday the 15 sour, the 15 fruits.
We did
one, right?
Indeed.
That was a interesting taste. It felt like they say it felt like a fruit punch rather than a beer.
So apparently that had pineapples, oranges, blueberries, lemons, elderberries, raspberries, strawberries, cherries, mandarins, mangoes, passion fruit, peaches, plums, pears, and apples.
It sounds like an intense smoothie.
Yeah.
That's what you make every morning, George. For those in.
Yeah, a bit of vodka, you're all right.
That was nice. Yeah. That was nice, though.
So I guess that's. So I guess we've started this podcast that we've made in pretty extreme circumstances, and I guess we've started with an online beer festival. Probably not how we wanted to start, but I guess we've got a bit more news about what might be coming in the future, and I think there's been a lot of talk about pubs opening with just having the beer garden open and that sort of thing. So I wonder, what do you guys think about that? Because I think there's been some success in Europe with that as well, right?
Yeah, I think for London, for UK, right? So opening pub gardens, especially if they maintain the social distancing, they can, which like having one table in, one table out, that'll be good for summer, right? And for their business as well, because they're not making any money now, right? So it'll be good for us as well. Like instead of going pub like gardens or parks, whatever it is, at least we can enjoy a pub garden, the environments. I think hopefully soon, right? They said like 22nd of June or something like that, or like beginning of July.
Yeah. I think today they've just come out and said 4th of July at the earliest.
Okay.
So they've said shops can open 15th, guaranteed, and then 4th of July for pubs, restaurants, and hairdressers, which I also need to go and see. Yeah, I think it's interesting because we need to get the industry moving, right? And that'll be on their mind, which is, come on, there's thousands of people out work that work in pubs, that work in breweries, that work in bars. And if you think about tourism as well, you know, people are coming to the country, but, you know, not being funny, I was on the train today. There was like a couple, obviously, just come from another country, obviously taking photos of everything, tube and whatever. And then they were at Paddington taking photos of the station. But obviously, you know, I guess like 8 o'clock at night, nothing's open, right? So they need to get that industry moving, right? The tourism industry where they can, where it's safe and able to do so. Yeah.
It's tricky because they're saying that about 40% of the UK's 47,000 pubs could shut for good, which is scary, right? That doesn't help anybody at all. So it's really tricky. And I suppose if they're saying the beginning of July, then we just got to fingers crossed. And I guess we've got to hold our breath that all the retail stores are open on the 15th. All of that goes okay, and then hopefully there's light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully, but it definitely feels we're in a more positive space than we were previously. So.
I guess the thing is about the pubs closing, right, is we're in a lucky, unique position because we do live in London. And so I think if we can't go to one pub, let's be honest, we just go to the 100 metres down the road.
Of course,
right? Whereas I think if you're honest, like the 4,000 pubs, if you think about the pub who's like in the middle of, I don't know, the Isle of Skye in Scotland, who he relies on tourism, people driving there, people staying there as a hotel, then the honest reality is that, like, if he closes, then the local village might not have a pub to go to, right? So we can sit here and complain and go, oh, my favourite pub's closed, or that might not reopen or whatever. But for some people, it's like a community, right? And I think that's like, we don't see that because we're probably in the thick of it, which I think is quite interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think when you look at a lot of things across it, some of it you're benefiting from being in London and you've got more stuff. And then I think also some other stuff it's a bit easier being outside of London as well. So it's a balance of both, I guess, right? But
yeah, because I guess I suppose people in local communities are probably more likely to support their local through these times.
So they're more likely to buy a few beers, take home beers and that sort of stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
100%.
Whereas we don't show any loyalty because we're like, okay, we're just, we can't go there, so we're not going to walk 5 minutes and go and pick up the pint. Yeah. We're just going to order some guy from Hermes and watch him through your window.
And that's if you're lucky. That's one of the better results.
Yeah, that's true.
My driver, he came to me this week, and goes to me, am I going to see you again this week? And I said, like, yeah, probably. He goes, man, why don't you just order it all in one go? I said, like, well, the Flavour League don't put them out all in one go. So how am I supposed to order them at one go? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, we should be receiving our BrewDog one, right?
Oh yeah, we need to check on that. What was that? The castle, wasn't it? Barnard Castle, wasn't it?
Or did they say 4 weeks? I can't remember.
They said 4 weeks. Yeah. We should do a special episode where we just talk about that, right? I think that'll be, and then maybe we'll see who can drink the most beers, because we've all got a case of 16 or something, right?
That's decent.
So let's just see who can get through like 16, Stay online until you finish all 16. That'd be good. Maybe not for the listeners.
with the carrot cake just coming in at the 9.
Oh dear, all good. I heard a couple of cans clink there. Are we drinking away the same beers, or we got something different?
And this is my second. Hex lager. Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. Actually, I think I might treat myself to a case of it. And it's an easy one just to have in your fridge when we get to have people around and stuff. It's accessible. Another term I don't really like as well. But
is that vegan? I think that one's vegan, right? It must be because it's hazy, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I've got the mango unchained one next.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Which I've been waiting to drink for a while, and I thought I'd save it for live on podcast. But let me just tell you about this beer. So it's like I think one of the greatest designed cans with mangoes and pineapples by a brewery called Shindigger. Yeah, I don't know where they're from. They from UK or? I guess so, right? Yeah, go on, Caps. You have a look. Right, let me get this open because I want to try this live on air because
Shindigger, it's Manchester.
Is it?
Interesting.
Oh yeah, Salford. Yeah,
Manchester.
Salford. Yeah. Let's see if this has got mosaic hops, shall we? Right, let's have a try. Oh, it's quite light in colour. I thought it'd be darker than that. It's a session IPA, I guess, so it's not a DDH or whatever. Right, let's test out the techniques that he told us. What was it? The pass below the nose, right?
Yeah.
So
that's the first one, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting lots of pineapple. Yeah, it's like, imagine you've just cut up a pineapple. You've cut it in half, right? Imagine you just put a knife for a pineapple. You know that smell you get? Okay, so what was it? 3 sniffs, yeah? Okay, yep, still pineapple.
And then you cover the glass with your palm.
Sorry,
and then,
breaking over rules.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. I'm just swirling the beer. Oh, yeah, it's kind of dark, actually. Okay, yeah, the mango comes through. Yeah, it's like you know that smell when you put the mango to your nose, so when it's before you've cut it, and you get almost that mango peel flavour. Yeah, like that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, not as deep as I'd expect. Do you know what I mean? It's like a bit of it's almost like a lager, and then you get a finish of mango at the end. It's not like a DDH where you get like loads of hoppiness.
Yeah.
It's not got a lot of hoppiness.
Yeah.
It's got quite a lot of maltiness, and then I'm getting a lot of mango at the end, which is quite nice because it's maybe a bit different to what I expected, which is always kind of good in a beer, right? Yeah, you'll have to get a can of this. This is tasty. That is tasty. 4.2%.
Nice.
Lovely.
Good stuff. Well, guys, that's the end of episode 10. Can't believe we've done 10 episodes already.
Yeah.
I reckon we must have sampled on live, or we must have sampled about or discussed over 100 beers at least, right?
I think.
But brilliant to talk about Beer 52 and the Cyberfest. I think for me personally, it was great to just set a few things straight in my mind about what really happened that night.
Yeah, it was a great time. It was a great time. So thanks to you guys. I really enjoyed it. And shout out to, I think it was Rich and Doug, right, from Beer 52, who were live, and all the technical team behind the scenes. I think it was
even the Callum guy emailing us.
Yeah. I think it was a good experience all round, and definitely, like, for us beer drinkers, I think it was. I just think it was a really good opportunity to try new beers at not such a crazy price, right? For 40 quid, we got a pretty good night of enjoyment, right? Which was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it then, fellas.
Yeah.
On to the next one, and I'll see you guys soon.
Take it easy, George.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Caps.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining. Join us next week for more conversations and laughs about beer, beards, and banter. Stay safe.